Welcome back, guys, to another mock draft. 12 team head to head Yahoo mock draft. I am drafting with the 11th spot today. And just a heads up, I'm probably going to be doing a live stream on Sunday. At least one live stream. I'm going to have my live draft on Sunday. So let's get started. Luka Doncic goes first. So there's news that Philly is thinking about, it has offered Ben Simmons in packages to Houston, which is probably one of the most likely destinations for Harden if he gets traded. I don't see Harden and John Wall together, to be honest. That just doesn't make any sense. I guess Houston doesn't know what they're doing, but even if they get Ben Simmons back, what's the point of Ben Simmons and John Wall together? They can't shoot. Neither one can shoot. And Tyler Hero would probably be the best fit, right? You can put him beside John Wall. You got a shooter. A package from Miami would be the best fit, and Harden would thrive. I think Harden would thrive in Miami with Jimmy Butler and Bam. But we'll see what happens. But either way, Harden I think is the best player in fantasy until it's proven otherwise. So I'm gonna pick from the 11th pick today, and at 11 I like Jason Tatum. I feel like he has. Actually, you know what? No, LeBron definitely goes before Jason Tatum. Let's see if Jokic and Trae Young are off the board. Jokic, Trae Young, Embiid, Irving, LeBron, and Kawhi are off the board, then I would say definitely go with Tatum. But Tatum could also go in the first round. Above all those guys too. I like Booker this year too. If Booker's there, I'm taking Booker. That's just preference though. Just because LeBron is gonna get rested and whatnot, and same with Kawhi. Can't really go wrong with most of these guys anyway. In the first couple rounds. So Trae Young goes 9. It's looking like a good draft so far. I remember last time Tatum went number 1. All right, so Booker goes 10, and so I will go Jason Tatum at 11, right? Yeah. Let's go Jason Tatum. And then we get the 14th pick coming back around. So I like Tatum because one, small forward is a very, very shallow position. It's very top heavy. I feel like maybe outside the top 50, you can't really get small forwards. I'll probably go with Kevin Durant here. Durant's gone. So here I would probably look at maybe Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal or Paul George, pretty much. I would go Bradley Beal here. Let's go with Bradley Beal. Look him up. So now we wait a lot. We have to wait a long wait until our next pick. And down here, I'd probably look at. So with these two, we got you got threes. You got scoring. You got free throws. Tatum gets you almost 100. They both get you decent amount of steals. They're not crazy in steals. I mean, Tatum is more gets you those stats too, but I would say, you know, we want to get those stocks, the steals, and the blocks with this build. I'm gonna try to punt assists with this. So get the scoring, the threes, the free throws up, and get the guard stats. We'll get some steals and blocks instead of assists, blocks instead of assists, and then also rebounds. So if we're not going to focus on assists, for sure, if Nurkic is here, I'm taking him 100%. He fits perfectly. He gives us what we're lacking in blocks and rebounds. Gives us scoring, gives us solid free throw percentage. That's the number one target if he's there. He should not be there. You know, Zach LaVine just further cements our scoring, threes, points, because points drops off after what, the top 40? Top 40, I guess, points. Scoring really drops off, I think. But if we want to keep the free throw percentage, you know, we could go with Valanciunas. I feel like that's a reach. Whiteside is there as well. I say Whiteside. Whiteside is a solid option here. At 35 is actually pretty early, but I don't expect any of these guys to be here. Nurkic is the ideal target. I mean, if we're punting assists, I mean, Jamal Murray is also an option. I like D'Angelo Russell as well for punting assists. So let's see here. Vucevic, Westbrook, pretty standard stuff here. Morant at 24. So obviously the reason why I would rather punt assists is because, you know, you got to take so. I mean, look, Morant went at 24 for whatever reason. That's insane. Morant went before Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which is crazy. Think about Zion at 26. So, you know, there's a lot of reaching going on here. I mean, if we don't even focus on blocks, if we just focused on building strong categories and getting the rebounds and steals to complement the threes, points, and free throws, I like Jonas Valanciunas, right? You absolutely cannot go wrong with him, but I would rather take him in the fourth round. So, but Whiteside, yeah, his free throws are like that, but the rest, he can be the only poor free throw shooter on the team, and then you're good the rest of the way. Or you just build up a lot of. I say, see, Tatum and Bradley Beal definitely get to the line a lot, so it kind of balances out in the end. Valanciunas is a walking double double. He's going to get better this year. JJJ, Jaren Jackson Jr. is out for, I think, until at least a couple months, I believe. I think it might be February he comes back. So that's more minutes for Valanciunas at the 5. Because usually Valanciunas gets subbed out and Jaren Jackson Jr. slides to the 5, if I'm not mistaken, or is it Brandon Clark? Not sure. Anyway, so back to this. I like Fred VanVleet here. Okay, so we might get Nurkic. We're gonna get Nurkic here. So ideally at 35, if you get Nurkic, if you see Nurkic, you want to take Nurkic, regardless of your build, because he's so undervalued. So now, when it comes back to me, now we can take Valanciunas, and now we didn't even hurt our free throw percentages, and we have a solid start to this draft. But do we want more scoring? We could take VanVleet here if we wanted. Get rebounds later. Go with VanVleet. You got the threes, you got the points, you got the free throw percentage, you got the steals, you got steals here. You're solid. That's solid. So looks like, I mean, this is gonna change, but it looks like we're sitting number 1 right now, huh? Yeah, by the way, if you guys could drop a like or subscribe, share, comment, really appreciate it. I want to do another mock draft, drafting from the number 1 spot, just to round this out before my live draft on Sunday. I'll probably be streaming at I'm not sure if I want to do a live stream at 1 p.m. on Sunday or just record it and then upload it later on in the day, but it's going to be a live draft. So anyone who has drafts that are on Sunday night, I should have it uploaded, or the live stream should be before Sunday night. So I know the NBA season starts on Tuesday. So Sunday, if your draft is on Sunday night or Monday, then it could really help because again, it's not a mock draft, it's a live draft. So you'll kind of be able to see where all these players actually go in the draft. So for some reason, like I know Christian Wood's gonna be good, but I just feel like he's gonna be very injury prone just because he kind of reminds me of Daniel Gallinari. So I can't bring myself to drafting him. You know, certain players you just don't want to take. All right, we're coming up on the 59th pick here. Kelly Oubre Jr. I definitely like Kelly Oubre Jr. Whiteside's still on the board. He's probably going to be gone. Michael Porter Jr. is another one. Keep that theme of scoring, free throw percentage, threes. You know, we got steals with VanVleet. We got blocks with Nurkic. We can build on that later, but scoring is tough to get later. Scoring is definitely tough to get later. Rebounds can be had later for sure. Blocks a little more scarce, but rebounds you can definitely get. Looking at Steven Adams here as well. So there goes John Wall. Yeah, so looking like we're probably gonna go with Kelly Oubre Jr. or Michael Porter Jr. Probably Michael Porter Jr. first. I just think he's a it's tough actually. Let's just go with Michael Porter Jr. Can't go wrong with either one. Got some solid scoring here. We could actually end up with both. Well, we do need to get some more bigs here. Remember, we're punting assists here, so Thomas Bryant is a solid big. But I don't want to take someone like that doesn't score. His scoring is going to be down because Westbrook's there now. I don't want to take someone like that this far down. Like Kobe White, but he doesn't get the steals that I need. Bledsoe would be good. I think he's going to get way more. This is just really ridiculous. We could take a chance on Jaren Jackson Jr. TJ Warren, but I'm worried about his injuries. I'm going to go with Kelly. Another underrated guy is Al Horford. If Al Horford is still here at this pick, I'm taking him at in the 80s. I would definitely take him in the 80s. Not super early. He may finish in the top 50, but scoring, he doesn't score enough for me. Because right now we only have one big man. There's a little bit of steal. There's a few steals here, but not enough, not as much as we need. Should probably start focusing on specialists here. Oladipo's on my list here. Underrated. If we want blocks, there's Brook Lopez. I don't really like Brook Lopez, but he's there. DeMarcus Cousins still on the board, of course. It's Noel. See how soon these guys go. Marcus Smart. That's a guy. If I had this pick in here, 100% without Kemba Walker. Gets you the steals. He's going to get you some assists. He's going to get you some threes. I didn't know he shot this high from the free throw line, actually. Damn. I always thought he was in the 70s. He actually fits my build perfectly. His scoring is going to be up before Kemba Walker comes back. And even when Kemba Walker comes back, he's not going to be playing every game. He's going to be rested on back-to-backs. He's going to have load management or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, Marcus Smart is a good pick here. I think I messed up by not taking Bledsoe. think he's gonna have a huge year. Not being limit his minutes have not having his minutes limited in Milwaukee. It's gonna do a lot for him. OG Anunoby's definitely on my radar. So right now, I mean, now we're looking for guys to fill out the stats, right? I mean, we need rebounds first and foremost. Rebounds, block. We need big man stats. Rebounds and blocks. We don't really care about our field goal percentage, but the rebounds and blocks without hurting our free throws too much. So let's see who falls to us here. We have multiple. We have a lot of options here. All these guys are still there. Probably Horford is probably the safest bet here. Horford is definitely going to block shots, right? So, is he the center or the power forward for them? He's the center, right? Because Adams isn't there anymore. Pretty sure he's a center. So yeah. I mean, it's no brainer. He could get steals, he could get blocks, get rebounds. I feel like SGA is gonna get way more rebounds than him. Julius Randle can get me rebounds as well. A lot of rebounds if we wanted it. That's the thing. Yeah, I would take Wendell Carter Jr. before Al Horford. These projections are ridiculous. I think he's gonna do a lot better than that. Oladipo's gone. I feel like with this pick, I'll probably take Cousins if he's on the board. I want to go with two bigs here. And then try to shore up steals after that. Let's see here. Al Horford or Nerlens Noel. Likely out until season opener. I still like Noel over. I still like Noel over Mitchell Robinson. Thibodeau hates Mitchell Robinson, regardless of how well he plays. He's gonna give Noel a lot of minutes. He only needs 25 minutes anyway. I just worry about the injuries, obviously. And Cousins is still on the board. I would definitely take Anunoby if I didn't want to load up on my bigs right now. Let's go. We're still at the top here. First in steals. Who would have thought? Okay in blocks. Punting assists, so we should be at the bottom. Rebounds is where we're weak. Wow. Yeah. Well. So Chris Boucher is a nice steals and blocks. I mean, a nice blocks guy. Late, if you want. Let's see here. Derrick Rose. I mean, someone's got to score in Detroit, and it's not going to be Jeremy Grant. It's not going to be Blake Griffin, because, yeah, and it's not going to be DeLon Wright. So, and it's not going to be Killian Hayes. So I think it's going to be Derrick Rose. More nights than not. that's going to lead the team to scoring. Still, even if he comes off the bench. So that's just what I think is going to happen. I mean, for sure, you would think it's Blake Griffin that's going to lead the Pistons in scoring. And Blake Griffin's on the board here. But yeah, I like Norman Powell with this next pick. Norman Powell because, first of all, Lowry's going to have his minutes watched. He's not going to play as much, which means that the backcourt in Toronto is all the minutes are going to go to Fred and Norm. And after that, behind them is Terrence Davis and Malachi Richardson. So Norm is going to play a lot of minutes, and he's improved so much. I think he's so slept on at 100 and it's 106, right? That's a steal, especially in a pun assist build, right? You want the threes, you want the scoring, you want the free throws. He's perfect at this spot. DiVincenzo's another one I like here. We need some blocks as well. You can always stream blocks. Nurkic, Noel, Cousins. I'm not really happy with their blocks or rebounds. That's the problem here. But our guard stats are looking okay. If we can get points, threes, free throw percentage, and steals. That's 4 categories. Just need the one after that. So, Josh Richardson's another option as well for this build. Lots of options, but big man options. I mean, Aaron Baines. I think we want Aaron Baines. I don't know about his shot blocking, but he's definitely going to get points, rebounds, strong field goal percentage, solid free throw percentage. But I feel like it's too early to take him right now. Really, Duncan Robinson? Okay, go here. Norman Powell. Might even go with Josh Richardson, and then straight bigs for the next couple picks. It's a solid team. I'm really liking this team. Got a few picks to go here. Wow, you got Josh Richardson. And at the next pick, if Aaron Baines is there, 100% I'm taking him. All right. DeAndre Jordan. I mean, that's a 50-50 split with Jared Allen. If Jared Allen plays 30 minutes, if somehow Steve Nash wakes up and realizes Jared Allen should start and play 30 minutes, man, a lot of people are going to get a steal with Jared Allen after 100. $131. Pick 131. But under no circumstance should you be drafting Marc Gasol. Just want to put that out there. He's not going to play many minutes. I say in that front court, the minutes are going to go to Davison. If when Davis is not on the court, it's going to Montrezl Harrell. Kuzma sucks at basketball. Just because he can hit spot up threes doesn't make him good. So those are just my thoughts on that. Anyways, back to this. I like Chris Boucher for his blocks. He's going to get a lot of minutes behind Aaron Baines in Toronto. However, I don't know how many points I'm going to get out of him, but at this point, we've got a lot of scoring on this team. Right? We got Tatum, you got Beal. Those are 25 points a game, right? That's 25 points a game. Van Fleet's going to probably get close to 20. And Michael Porter Jr. and Oubre, I feel like they can get pretty close there too, because Oubre is essentially taking Klay Thompson's shots at this point. We don't know what's going to... And Nurkic as well is going to be in the high teens. There's a lot of scoring, so I don't really need to look at scoring anymore. Just get those blocks and steals. If we can get the blocks, we don't necessarily need the rebounds as much. So there goes Chris Boucher, of course. I like Basley as a late pick. High upside. Second guy in OKC behind SGA. Joe Harris is there for threes if you want it, I guess. I'm looking for a big man. I'm looking for rebounds or blocks here. Oh, Baines is still there. Wow. We're going to get Baines. That's perfect. So we got our fourth big man. And now, 2 picks left. I would go with... I'm not sure at this point. The last 2 spots are probably stream spots anyways. Who do I like here that's left here better than Basley? I mean, Malik Beasley is there. Killian Hayes is a starter, but I'm punting assists. And his value primarily comes from assists. Starting point guard in Detroit. Alec Burks is probably going to start in New York as well. I'll go with Basley here, just for the upside pick. See, at this point, all these people, a bunch of people are auto drafting because I mean, no one does it. I mean, at the last, your last couple picks are most likely you're gonna drop those guys and stream that spot, right? Unless you have like an absolutely perfect draft, but you're gonna need a stream spot regardless. So you're gonna need your worst, be able to drop your worst player. But right now, I don't see anybody here that's droppable unless there's an injury. So this last pick does not really matter as much. So I could take anybody. I could take Alec Burks, probably Alec Burks. And if someone crazy, actually, Malik Beasley would go first. I don't think he's gonna fall. But yeah, I just want to say that what are the odds that LaMelo Ball starts for the Hornets? Just so because of how good he's looked. That's a pretty crazy development if that happens because he that's a lot of value, especially if you get him outside of 100. I definitely would not take a rookie out in the top 100, but that's just me, especially in this draft class. Anyway, if you've watched this far into the draft, I appreciate you. Please don't forget to drop a like, share, and subscribe. I will be dropping at least one more mock draft before Sunday's live draft. So subscribe for stay up to date with my uploads. Thank you. The guy at the last pick, I rate him. He stayed all the way till the end. If I wasn't doing this if I wasn't doing this stream or this video, I would not I would have left too, if I'm being honest. So alright, Jakob Pertl. So Malik Beasley's gone. So only guy I have left is Alec Burks. That's an auto draft, so it's gonna be Marquise Chris. So I'm gonna take Alec Burks. And we're done. Wait for Andre here. Zubac.